Okay guys, so I just watched the 6th episode on season 4 of Stranger Things and I'm freaking blown away. Okay, so I'm saving the last episode because I've been trying to savor it, and of course Stranger Things is one of those series where you can just blow through it and binge watch it. So I'm gonna jump in. Okay, so our season first begins with Eleven going to school. She is attending with Will, so at least they are together for the support system. Well needed, because we run into our first unlikable character, Miss Angela, who proves to be Eleven's bully, but we'll get to that later. So things kind of unfold. So as Elle, or Jane, is adjusting to school, we also meet Eddie, who is friends with Dustin, Lucas, and Mike. He is the leader of the Hellfire Club, which is a freaking awesome Dungeons and Dragons club, apparently. We run into some problems because Lucas is now on the basketball team, associating with, I don't know if I would call them friends, but I'll say new acquaintances. So he's no longer playing Dungeons and Dragons with the original crew. Eddie gets into some shady business with a cheerleader named Chrissy, who seems to be having some problems emotionally. However, as the series progresses, we know that Chrissy and Eddie end up in the same place at the same time, and she goes freaking full on exorcist. I'm talking like levitation, bones cracking, the works. So with that, Eddie has to go on the run because we're not really sure what's going on at this point. We know, but they don't know. They don't know. The town does not know. We also run into Jonathan's friend Argyle, which is, he's into what Eleven refers to as smelly plants. We're gonna leave it at that. If y'all know, I know. If you know, I know. I know you know that I know. But anywho, so Joyce and Murray end up flying out to Russia to get Hopper, who is revealed as alive, unstuck, because apparently he's got himself into quite a jam, per usual. But back from the dead, we're glad Hopper's back. R.I.P. to Bob. Oh, poor Bob, freaking Bob. Back in Hawkins, we have Mike, who is visiting Elle, who's hanging out with Will, and they're all at the skating ring, and Argyle and Jonathan come along, and we run into none other than Elle's bully, or Jane's bully, Angela. Who I kind of saw it coming. I don't know if y'all saw it coming.
The fight's out! I'm about to punch your lights out!
I saw it coming because I would have. Blessed. Forgive me. Peace be still. I'll just say Angela took 4 wheels to the face, which lands Elle into some trouble, and she is whisked away back to Hawkins' lab. But, so we see that kind of unfold with the conflict between Jane and Angela, which that seems to be, like I said, I have 1 episode left, but that seems to be kind of the end. Of course, if I would have got my face bashed in, I think I would have called it quits too. So we do have Max struggling with the death of her stepbrother Billy, and she is seeing a counselor for that. However, she notices that there are a few other characters also seeing the counselor, which we have cheerleader Chrissy also seeing the counselor, and Max comes to find out that they have a lot of similar patterns that are going on. Sadly, where Chrissy met such a crazy fate, Max then begins to think that she is next. So we have the mind flare from season 3 now being referred to Vecna, which basically is attacking students with troubled past, it seems like. Not only is it cheerleader Chrissy and it's Max, but it was also 2 other characters that had some really deep-rooted traumas, it seemed like, which it seems like the monster is using that against them. So with Eddie being on the run, we now have crazy freaking basketball team that Lucas is a part of chasing after him because they think that Eddie is part of a cult, which the Hellfire Club, as we know, is nothing more than just a club for, as Lucas's little sister put it, it's a club for nerds. It's Dungeons and Dragons, they're having a good time. But you cannot convince the town otherwise, because this guy has got them riled up, honey. Woo. So Lucas is caught between a rock and a hard place. Does he choose his teammates or does he choose his friends? Which in the end, he does lead the basketball team astray, and they do catch on to him knowing that he's up to something, but he does choose his friend over the crazy basketball players. Thank freaking goodness. In the meantime, Elle realizes that she doesn't have her powers and she does need her powers to help save the world once again. Dr. Owens is back in the picture and ends up coming back to get Elle, where we then meet another new character, number
He had found his strength in a memory from his past, something that made him sad, but also angry. Do you maybe have a memory like that?
seems to be more powerful than Elle in the beginning, but she's kind of trapped in these reoccurring visions where she's going back and forth between when she was first at the lab in Hawkins when she was a younger 11. So we see that conflict unfold as well. As Max goes through grieving for Billy, she starts to question herself whether she really felt the way she felt. And Vecna begins to communicate with Max, making her believe that maybe her emotions towards Billy weren't exactly true. While the team is sorting out a way to conquer Vecna and get to his lair, Joyce and Murray are faced with releasing Hopper and coming to the rescue. However, they get set up by their newly found friend, who basically set them up, and now the KGB is after them. Will they save the day? Hey, you got 3 of them. It's the original crew. We gotta see what's gonna happen here. Meanwhile, back at Hawkins, Eddie is still being hunted, not only by the basketball team, but we have a little glimpse of parts of the town also believing the crazy hype and mass manipulation that's going on and the mass hysteria. Speaking of hysteria, Argyle, Jonathan, and the crew run into Secret Agent Hero Man, whoever that's trying to help them. However, he does get shot and he does pass away while trying to get a message to Mike, and he is talking about a phone number in order to contact what they then find out is the Nina Project. However, Nina is actually a computer, and they have to somehow get to this computer system to really understand what's going on here. And that's where our lovely Susie comes back into play, our computer hacking little genius, also the love of Dustin's life. And, oh gosh, I love them. They're so freaking cute. They're so cute. So we have Eddie on the boat, who is now meeting up with not only Steve, Max, Nancy, and also Robin. They jumped looking for the gate, which 11 is hopefully going to close yet again. However, Steve gets sucked into the gate, and of course his friends, in an attempt to save him, follow him right in, and they end up in the Upside Down, which is basically, it looks like a freaking crazy land of horrid dreams, to be honest. So that's where we're at with season 4 of Stranger Things. I am on the very last episode, and I will come back for the wrap up of season 4.
What's up?